What is repatriation in Indigenous archaeology? Imagine discovering artifacts or human remains that belong to a community whose ancestors created them. Now, think about the importance of returning those items to the right people. Repatriation in Indigenous archaeology is all about that process. It means giving back cultural objects, ancestral remains, sacred items, and other cultural treasures to the indigenous communities or descendants they originally came from. Historically, many of these items were taken during colonial times or through unethical archaeological digs. Sometimes, museums or research institutions held onto them without permission or proper respect. Repatriation addresses these past wrongs by restoring what was lost. It recognizes that indigenous peoples have the right to their cultural heritage and to control their own history. The process involves working closely with indigenous communities, archaeologists, museums, and government agencies. They collaborate to identify which items belong to which groups and how to handle their return respectfully. For example, in the United States, laws like the Native American Graves Protection and Repatriation Act requiring federally funded institutions to consult with tribes and return human remains and cultural items. Internationally, agreements like the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples support indigenous peoples' rights to their cultural heritage. These frameworks help guide ethical practices and ensure that repatriation is done properly. In archaeology, repatriation challenges traditional research methods by emphasizing respect and partnership. Instead of just studying artifacts, archaeologists now prioritize the wishes and cultural protocols of indigenous communities. This means inventorying items, confirming cultural links, and returning objects for reburial or ceremonial use. Sometimes, this involves revising research plans to include indigenous voices and consent. Repatriation also helps heal historical injustices. It allows indigenous communities to regain control over their heritage and supports the revival of cultural practices connected to returned objects. This process is a vital part of respecting indigenous sovereignty and promoting cultural continuity. Overall, repatriation in indigenous archaeology is about righting past wrongs, respecting cultural rights, and building respectful relationships between communities and institutions. It's a way to honor the original owners of these cultural treasures and support their ongoing cultural survival.